Welcome everybody to our Green Acres. I'm so glad you came over to our channel today. And if you are new to my channel, I want to introduce myself. My name is Teresa. Welcome to my channel, everybody. Today's video is going to be action-packed. I've got 15 projects for y'all today. This is just a glimpse of some of them. I'm going to show y'all some upcycled thrift finds. I'm also going to show y'all some decorating ideas that you can do for your home. Stay to the end because I've got some amazing Santa prints and I'm going to show you where you can get them and how you can decorate with them. This is also in collaboration with one of my good friends, so stay tuned to the video and I'll tell you all about her channel. Hope y'all enjoy the video, and as always, I hope y'all get lots of inspiration. If you haven't joined my Facebook Home Decor page, I'd love for you to go over and join it. And also, go over and join and follow me over on Pinterest and Instagram. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I'd love for you to. And also hit that notification bell so you'll be notified each time I upload a video. Thanks so much. First project, we're going to start with this little tobacco basket. Now, I purchased this for $3 at a yard sale. Now, it's got some damage to it, but once we decorate it, you'll never be able to see that. So, it's really plain, a natural wood color. So, I'm going to take it, I'm going to go over it with some watered down burnt umber craft paint. I'm going to go over it with one coat, let it dry, and then I'm going to chalk paint it white, and then I'm going to distress it. And I'm going to show you some different ways of how we can decorate this little basket and just add some little details to it for Christmas. Now, tobacco baskets are amazing pieces to decorate with, so anytime you see these affordable or at the thrift stores or yard sales, always pick them up because you can do so many things with them. Today's video is in collaboration with one of my good friends, Lisa Burningham. I'm going to leave a link to her video and also her channel down in my description box. Make sure to go over and check out Lisa's channel. Make sure to subscribe and tell her that I sent you. Lisa does some amazing work. Her home is absolutely beautiful and she decorates on a budget. A lot of her videos is showing items she purchases at thrift stores, the Dollar Tree, and she turns them into really beautiful home decor. She shows you how to stage your items and how to display them in your home to make your home very elegant and beautiful without spending a lot of money. So make sure to go over and check out Lisa's channel because she's going to give y'all some more thrifted Christmas ideas and inspiration. She also recently did a kitchen remodel, so make sure to go out and check out that video too because her kitchen turned out amazing. Now our next project is going to be a cute little sleigh. Now I purchased this again at a yard sale and I think I paid 75 cents, maybe $1 for it. It's super cute. I mean, you can tell this is probably an old piece, just the way the wood is kind of aged. But the hardware was very easy to take off, so that made it a lot easier to paint. So I'm going to take the hardware off with just a little bitty screwdriver. I just went in, there was 4 screws, and like I say, it was very easy to take the little bottom off. I took it outside, I spray painted it black, and then I'm going to chalk paint the top white, and then I'm going to go over it and I'm going to distress the edges, and then I'm going to show y'all a new IOD Christmas stamp pad that I have gotten. I want to give a big thank you to Iron Orchid Design for sending me some, a lot of products to use for my projects, especially these Christmas items. A lot of these are very hard to find right now, so I'm going to leave a link below to some, local dealers maybe in your area where you can purchase the Iron Orchid Design products. But I just took my stamp pad, and since everything is new, you saw me go over and prep my stamps with a little sanding block, and now my ink pad is brand new, and my ink, I'm using black, and I'm just going to go over my little stamp that I cut out that I want to use to go on the side of my sleigh. I'm going to leave down in my description box the name of all the Iron Orchid design products that I use in today's video. So if you want to go down to the description box and, see what they are, and if you want to order them, like I say, I'll have the link down below of some retailers of where you can purchase their products from. But look what a great addition that little stamp made to the sleigh. Now I'm just going to put my little bottom back on. It was real easy. Just took my screws and put them back in, and then I embellished it with a solar wood flower and some little ribbons, and I added some little bottle brush trees.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse.
Now the next project, we're going to work on a little Dollar Tree item. Now I picked this little tinsel candy cane up last year, but they may have it again this year. A lot of times, season to season, they'll carry some of the same product. You just want to very easily remove the tinsel. Once you get all the tinsel off of it, then I'm going to go around with some little clippers, and I'm going to go around, I'm going to clip all those little tabs off the edges, because what we're going to do is we're going to wrap it with some really chunky yarn, and that'll make our yarn twist around the little candy cane a little bit better so when we get those little tabs removed. Now I purchased this little chunky yarn at Walmart. I did some cone trees in a previous video, and I'll link it down below. But I love this yarn. It's super chunky, it's very soft, and I love working with it. So I'm just going to glue it on, get it started on the bottom of the little candy cane. Once you get it started, you just want to start wrapping it around. Now I only glued when I needed to. So once you get it started and you start wrapping, you really don't have to glue it because it's going to stay in place. And two, if you don't glue it, it gives you some room if you need to scrunch it down or kind of move it around to cover up that little red base, you can. Now when you get to the end, then you want to start gluing a little bit more, because once you get to that little rounded tip of the candy cane, it gets a little bit tougher to wrap. So just add your glue as you need to, secure it at the end and clip it off, and you've got a cute little winter wonderland little candy cane. Now I'm going to embellish it with a bow, and I get a lot of questions about where I got this ribbon from, because I feature it on several of my projects. But this is ribbon that I purchased at Hobby Lobby. So it's kind of a pinkish red. I love it. It's got those little frayed edges that I like. So I'm just going to make a real simple loopy bow, add that to it, and now we got a cute little candy cane for $1.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
Now the next project is a Goodwill Find. I went to Goodwill the other day because right now in the South, of course, the weather's cooler and we're not having any yard sales. But this was $2.99. I'm going to leave this just like it is. I'm going to remove the handle, and I'm just going to add a little bit of Christmas embellishment to it, and that's all I'm going to do. And I think this piece is going to make a great detail for Christmas, just setting out. You can put it on your open shelving, set it on your Christmas tree. Just, it can be added to so many spaces in your home. Now the next project is going to be a super fun one. Y'all just take some old vintage books, whatever books you have on hand. You can buy them a lot of times. The libraries in your area, a lot of times will have a clearance area. I know my library offers books for like $0.25 a piece. So, go in. You're not going to damage your books in any way. All you want to do is you want to start with larger ones at the bottom, open them up about halfway, and I used another book for my stand for my tray, and just start stacking them. And then I just added a little star to the top and didn't even have to glue it. So just another little idea of a way you can decorate and make a really pretty, very unique little Christmas tree for your home using some vintage books. Now I'm going to show you another way we can make a little candy cane, and this is going to be very inexpensive. You just want to take some aluminum foil. You want to tear off a piece big enough to where you can shape and make a candy cane. You can make it as big or small as you want. I took some strips of some ripped drop cloth, and then you just want to put some hot glue on the tip, and you just want to start wrapping. Now I did mine in strips because I felt like that would make it easier. Once I got to the end of each strip, I secured it down with a little hot glue. I started with some more hot glue and started another strip. Just do that until you get your whole candy cane covered, and then once you get to the end, you will secure it again with a little hot glue, clip off any excess you have, embellish it any way you want to. I'm just gonna add a little bit of nautical rope. I just tied it in the knot in the center. I frayed the edges, and that was all I did. Now there's so many things that you can do with these. You can make these out of any fabric or ribbon that you have. You could also have added another layer of like some red ribbon if you wanted to put some stripes on it. So like I say, I think these would be so much fun to make. Just make, several in different colors, and you could also, like I say, add some little stripes to them. The next project, I'm going to show you a really quick and easy way you can decorate your door. This can go on exterior door or interior. I'm putting this on my French door going into my bedroom. You just want to get a large piece of fabric. I'm using some burlap. This was all I had. This was the widest kind of fabric that I had, but you want it wide. A piece of tulle will also work. Then you just want to tie your ribbon in the middle, and you want to secure it down with a zip tie. Then you want to add a bow also with a zip tie, and that's all you got to do. Y'all, this does not interfere with opening and closing your door. This is still up on my door. This would be beautiful if you had French doors to do it on both of them. You could also do this on a chair if you're doing a table setting for Christmas. This would be gorgeous to do on the back of your chairs. So just an easy, really quick way you can decorate and add some detail to your doors. The next couple of projects, I'm going to show you how we can upcycle some trays. This is a tray I did a project on last year, so I'm going to recycle it and reuse it. I got two of these. They're kind of a sage green at a yard sale last year, and I think I paid 50 cents or $1 for them. I spray painted it black, and then I'm going to show you how pretty this Merry Christmas iron orchid design transfer will look on black. Y'all, this is in the Figgy Pudding transfer book, and I absolutely love it. It's got a lot of little Christmas designs in it, and this one is going to look gorgeous on this black. So I just applied the transfer to the tray. Now, if you're going to, use this as a serving tray, you may want to spray it with a clear sealer, and that's all you have to do.
Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and days of old lang syne? For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne.
Now, another idea of how to dress up a tray, just, find trays inexpensive at thrift stores or yard sales. I picked this one up at Goodwill the other day, and it was $2.99. I'm going to spray paint it black, so when I go to distress it, I will get that black base and not metal. So you can see it's got a little bit of ornate detail to it. It's a good size. And here it is. I just went outside. I spray painted it with Rust-Oleum black matte. Then I'm going to spray paint it with some Rust-Oleum white gloss. And then I'm going to add another IOD transfer. Now I'm going to leave the name to this one down in the description box, but this one just screams French country. So if you love French country, this transfer book is for you. So I applied it to the tray, and look how pretty this turned out.
We'll talk a cup of kindness yet for days of old lang syne. And here's a hand, my trusty friend, and here's a hand of thine. We'll talk a cup of kindness yet for old lang syne.
Okay, y'all, I was so lucky to find this hat box at a recent yard sale. Now, this was, I think, $1, and I'd been looking, at Hobby Lobby and all kinds of places for a hat box, and I couldn't find one, so I just kept looking, and there it was one day at a yard sale. And so I've got it, and I've taken it outside. I spray painted it with a couple of coats of paint, then I brought it in and went over it with another layer of chalk paint, and I'm going to use another one of my Iron Orchid design transfer books. I'm going to leave the name of this one down below. This one is absolutely gorgeous. It's got some beautiful flowers in it with some of the French writing. Now I'm going to apply one to the top lid, to the lid of this, and I'm just going to go over it, and I'm also going to go down the sides with this one, because what is so great about transfers is you can just lay them and just put them over like the sides and creases of your project, and they will transfer, on any surface. So I think this turned out really pretty with it overflowing on the sides and the edges. Now I'm going to take a transfer from another one of my transfer books, and I'm going to leave it down below also what the name of it is. And I transfer so much. I have bits and pieces of transfers, and I don't waste them. So this one was left over from a different project. I had cut it off and not used it, so I applied it to the front of the hat box, and then I just added a little stained flower sackcloth handle to it, and look how gorgeous this turned out.
My dear, for old lang syne, we'll talk a cup of kindness yet for old lang syne.
On my trip to Goodwill the other day, I scored this gorgeous copper Mikasa Mule. This is the smooth, and I got it home. It was 99 cents. I only found one, but I looked them up on Amazon. A set of 4, y'all, was $94. These sell for about $20 piece if you get them in the hammered. So I feel like I scored on this for 99 cents. But copper is a great texture and color to decorate for the fall and on into the Christmas and the winter season. So I'm just I'll drink out of this, and I'll also show you some cute ways of how you can decorate with it. Another great piece that I scored at Goodwill the other day was this really pretty, it's a Pomeroy is the brand, and this is more of like, it's not really mercury glass, but it's kind of more of a crackled, but I looked it up, and the closest thing I could find to it was at Home Goods, but look how expensive that was. And I think I paid $1.99 for this. But to me, this screamed Christmas. I thought I'm going to carry it home, put a little candle ring around it, add a little LED candle, and this is going to be beautiful setting out for Christmas. The next project, I'm going to show you how we can make an inexpensive decor piece for Christmas. We're going to take a very large embroidery hoop. I got it at a barn sale. I think I paid $2 for it. We've only got one ring to it. We're going to trace the outside of it to a Dollar Tree foam board. We're going to cut it out with an X-Acto knife, and then that way that will be our back. We're also going to cut a piece of drop cloth the same size. Then we're going to take it outside, and the way you want to apply spray adhesive is you want to work from the middle out to your edges. So spray one side, work it out from the middle to the edge to the side, smooth it out really good, and do the other side, and then you'll have a very smooth base for your project. And then we're just going to take some hot glue. We're going to go around the whole rim of the embroidery hoop, and we're going to glue it down really good to the drop cloth and the foam board. Go around the edges with an X-Acto knife and smooth it out. Now I'm going to take the little Figgy Pudding book again, and I'm going to show you what great designs are in this book. There are so many that you can use for Christmas, and I love that Santa Claus. I love old-timey Victorian vintage Santas. It's got a lot of holly and little berries in it, and on the last sheet it's got a beautiful red bow. So this is a really good book to get. Now I'm going to do my favorite stencil. Now I'm going to have this link down below, but this was an Etsy purchase. I'm going to stencil the wording at the top, and then I'm just going to add my little vintage Santa graphic down at the bottom. You just want to apply him. The way I do my transfers is I apply them down with the backing on it with some painter's tape, and then I remove the white backing, and then just go over it with your little transfer tool, and then just lift the little clear paper off, and you've got a great design now. Transferring on fabric to me is one of the easiest bases to work with, because the transfers stick really well to fabric and they're really easy to apply. Now I'm going to add some greenery to it and a bow, and I think this turned out really pretty.
Well, I'm all for Christmas, all the happy smiles and the wishes, and I want it all, from the lights to the mistletoe. Tell me one thing, is there anything that you're missing? I will keep you warm.
Now this project right here was free. If you ever are doing projects with pallets, and I showed this in a previous video, we made some candle holders out of these. We drilled some little slots in the top, little round slots with a drill bit, and we put some candles down in them. Well, we still had some leftovers. When you tear apart your pallets, these are the corners, and they have writing on them. So I just took those 4 pieces that were sitting out and being shed. He had these as scraps, and I just got my little sand paper. I went around them and kind of sanded down the edges to kind of smooth them out. And look what great bases these make for your bottle brush trays, and also for your cute little Santa mugs.
Well, I'm all for Christmas, all the happy smiles and the wishes, and I want it all, from the lights to the mistletoe. Tell me one thing, is there anything that you're missing? I will keep you warm as soon as you remove that snow.
Hey, the last project for today, y'all, is going to be a thrifted frame. And you know, I love thrifted yard sale, very inexpensive frames. And you can find these all over the place. But anytime I see them, I pick them up. And my friend Steven, he actually found some for me at a yard sale. So he actually got me this one, and I love the ornate detail to it. Now, this Santa, I'm going to have it linked in my Amazon store, along with another one I'm going to show you at the end of the video. These are absolutely beautiful prints. You order the print, and then all you have to do is frame it, and this is an 11 by 14. This is absolutely gorgeous, and they're very inexpensive. So I'm going to take my thrifted frame. I'm going to take a Dollar Tree foam board. I cut it down to 11 by 14 to fit in my frame. I'm just going to take a glue stick. I'm going to rub it all over the foam board, and then I'm going to just adhere my little Santa print to the back of the foam board and stick it back in my frame. Now, depending on what kind of frame you're using, if you have a frame that has a back on it and has glass, you will not have to do this step. You can just insert your Santa inside your frame and put your back on it. And, you know, and like I've always told y'all in my videos, it just depends on what kind of frames you find. Sometimes I find them with glass and sometimes I don't. But if not, this is just a really easy fix. And now look how pretty he is. Now I'm just going to put him back in the frame, and then I'm going to show you how beautiful he is in this frame. Okay, y'all, it's coming to the end of the video. I want to tell each of y'all thank you so much for coming on today and watching my video. Make sure to go over, check out Lisa's channel. I'm going to leave her link below down to her video, because I know she's going to give y'all lots more Christmas inspiration and ideas for thrifted items. Here is the other Santa poster I was telling you about. I'm going to have it linked in my Amazon store, and he is very large. In my next video, I'm going to show y'all how I decorate and how I use him. So, as always, I love y'all. Happy holidays. Stay safe and healthy.